Okay, thank you all. So now let's welcome our last speaker link, Planck contributors.
Hello everyone, I'm Link, and also I'm from Plunker. But what I'm doing, guess someone, yeah. My topic is the name is where should no, it's not. Yeah, this is the first page. Um, yeah, a little nervous about talking that. Um, yeah, the name is Wishing Pool Polarity Future Down. About the name, you may think about what is a wishing pool. Is a wishing pool a concept? Uh, because it sounds more very ideology. Yeah, it's an idea, it's a concept, and also we have some experiment with the wishing pool. Uh, yes, and the subtopic is polarity future down. We want to talk about how we can build the future what we want. I may read some sentence which written by Ribbon. Yeah, about the wish. What is a wish in real life? Yeah, a wishing pool is a place where people reflect on and express their inner hopes for the future. It transcends culture and geography barriers and exists widely in every corner of society where people have hope for better social realities. Though um, re- risk gesture, though people entrust their wishes to the God, to the universe, alternative by sharing the wishes with those around them, though sincere and imaginative public experience in the symbolic public space. People create connections between individuals and giving bless to each other. Yeah. So every wish, whether private or public, is a call from individuals to the desired reality in their heart. The wishing pool is where these diverse social calls converge. Based on physical space, the wishing pool can only covering these wishes to a limited extent. The process of making wishes come true depends more on the individual's efforts or the favor of the gods. Yeah. In today's era of information technology, if we could link each other's wishes through the internet and let these imaginative wishes for society be seen by each other, perhaps we could we could connect more people with similar expectation and make some consensus wishes coming true. And building a global shared wishing pool based on blockchain infrastructure is to make the social cause of the era visible to the public and truly trigger them to become a certain reality. Yeah. Um, so let me introduce some impact experiment with how wishes to influence the real world. Like this is a picture from Taiwan President Hexon Wishing Pool. It is from the Taiwan governance, and it helps Taiwan local people to solve some real problems, and by Hexon. Also, Vitalik's blog, Decentralization of Money, which is a book, and Universal Basic Income, and Cyberpunk's manifesto, a declaration of the independence of cyberspace, also a manifesto. And as I see, and I want to introduce another book. Elon Musk has written, what's the name? I may find it. Yeah. Uh, the Master Plan, Part 3, to sustainable energy for all of us. All this, I think, they are the big wishes to want to change the world, to build the future. So how we can build the future by wishes. So I want to how we can build the futures. I want to introduce this sentence from Scott Morrow, which is a co-founder of Gitcoin. We cannot build a future that we don't first imagine it. Yeah. And I want to show you how to collective wishes to be public goods and priority future, to let the priority future down. I think first the collective wishes can gathering the powers from individuals or from the community and to let them to build something. We have wish, but for an individual or just one community, you cannot to build something really big about how to influence global or something. I think, and if you do something like public goods, you may connect different community together to build something. So this is a way to collaboration and have coordinate to experiment with that. I think the more and more public goods or commons coming out, we gonna have a priority future, and it's gone down. So this is a basic introduce about the concept of how we do the wishing pool. First step is to make a wish. The circle on the picture is like a community or an individual or a regional. Yeah. So everyone make wishes to the wishing pool, and we're designing a blessing network to let someone has a resource or he has historic improvement, or he really has some technologies, he can do something like that to bless for the wishes which from people, and give wish point to each other, and let us to find out the collective wishes. And then we will prove the community to give the results to them to build like community public goods. What we really hope is to let the public goods to connect each community together to build like a regional public goods, and public goods connect them. Yeah, and after that, I think we were living in a big, the community will live, we're in the public goods. Yeah, the priority future we're living is global coordinate. So more and more public goods is important. How to build that? This is what Wishing Pool wanted to do. So yeah, this is the picture. I think is amazing to show out everyone have their own wishes together to build something. This is another network, I think. Sorry, my English. What gonna decrease the polarity? I think the zero-sum game and competitive. Yeah, they're gonna decrease the polarity because everyone wanted to win the game. They just want them itself to win, and but I think the polarity need more positive externality and non-competitivity and coordinate. We should work together to combine, to gathering our power to build our future, not just do it by ourselves. We have a lot of community here in ChiangMai, and we need to gathering our power together to find out what is real public goods we want, because we have some experiment in other places in China, Dali, we have designed the cross community like a kitchen, public kitchen, yeah, because everyone needs food and they can build. Sorry, they can make food together and to grow. So what am I for that? Sorry, I stopped there. And yeah, this is the wishing pool in Dali Plus, and it's connected in-person local community, and it is a digital nomad based in China Dali and connect more than 10 in-person local communities together. And Riven is the host of the wishing pool in Dali Plus. And the wishing pool project is a public goods between all connected communities, and wishing pool coordinate wishes and results between communities. And for now, the wishing pool in Dali Plus has already have two broadcasts about the wishes. They have interviewed for the local communities host, and for now they are preparing to start a project, combine some communities together to build a local like a education group, I think. Yeah. So this is the first, and next we are building in another way is on-chain way. Um, one direction starts from the technology. We are looking into existing blockchain tools and voting systems, and we are exploring approaching it from the wishing pool as a product by participate in hackathon. Yeah, so this is the really basic design for that, and we are now still design on that. And in this diagram, the shown is there are two roles, well wishers and wish makers. Wish makers gonna sign a manifesto of the wishing pool and get power to make a wish, and well wishers may fund by anything, maybe your any results like a historic improvement or your money or something, and to get a wish point to vote for the wishes. We call that bless. Maybe we have more ways to bless for each wish. And yeah, this is a blessing network because someone have already yeah, they have already make a wish, but we need to find the collective wishes. So we can let the one who has make the wish to find out the wishes connected, has some connected with his wish. So each wish can bless others wish with wish point, and blessing is about how much you want to wish can happen, and get wish point by allocating by community or supporting community wishing pool. Yeah. So after we have get some collective wishes, we need to do some hackathon, and using this is a prototype, like using allocate protocol to build a feature round to let some builders can earn the results and to build for the wish. Yeah, the project and proposal may submit to the feature round and let people use like QV, quantitative voting, to find out which project is really spot for the wishes. And yeah, that it is. So this is a wishing pool. We are now continue to design for that. And and for now we have two ways, as I introduced. One way is in-person local community, and one way is like a technology to design a protocol for solving the wish problem. Yeah, thank you all. And then the Polarity future can driven by good wishes, which is I think.
Very good, thanks, Link. Okay, the next up is the roundtable discussion. So let's welcome Michelle, Marvin, and Pablo.
Garfield just went to Fossey to prepare the barbecue buffet tonight for the after party. So I'm here to replace his position. I'll give a quick introduction of myself. My name is Pablo. I'm Chinese, but I was exchanging in Spain and worked in Argentina for 2 years. So yeah, I just used the Spanish name. Yeah, I'm a contributor from PlankDAO, involved in the Web3 industry for like 5 years. Yeah, nearly 5 years. Okay, so today our topic is regarding the digital nomad and the network state. Yeah, honestly speaking, when we say digital nomad, I think we more focused on the Web3 digital nomads, or we call crypto nomads. I think we already know our our guests very well, so we can start with the question. So the first question I received from Garfield, so he actually gave me 9 questions, but I don't think we need to go through all of them. So I just pick up something I think which was interesting. So let's start from a general question. The question, how has the rise of cryptocurrencies and the blockchain technology impact the lifestyle of digital nomads? Maybe we can start from Marvin, because Yellow, you have lots of like crypto nomad, right?
Yeah. So I think first and foremost, it opens up a lot of education opportunities for people to learn about blockchain. It opens up career opportunities as well. And of course, cryptocurrency being decentralized and borderless, just digital nomads basically have an easier time to I guess, use cryptocurrency as a mode of payment or as a mode of exchanging currencies across borders.
Actually, I'm more curious because someone told me it's illegal to like do the payment in crypto in Thailand. Is that true? I mean, formally, as a merchant, like you cannot receive the crypto as a way of the.
I think there are very few companies or entities here in Thailand that accepts crypto as a payment, but there are a few.
Okay. So it's rumor.
Yeah, outside Thailand, I think is a lot more acceptable. But even in Thailand, there are exchanges that allow people, especially locals, to trade crypto.
Oh, that's good because we as Chinese, we are kind of Web3 refugees. We just run out from China, which is totally banned, regulated. So yeah, it's good to know Thailand allows that at least. Michelle?
Yes, sorry. So I think we have a bit of a problem with digital nomadism, which is that, so if you're European or Australian or you're American and you leave your country, after a while people cut you out. So like for example in Belgium we have a very good social security system, but as soon as I was here for 1 year they told me, well, okay, you don't live here anymore, so you lose your benefits. And then you are here in Thailand, but Thailand has very strict laws against working. So basically they push a lot of people in the illegality, because you're actually working, but you're not allowed to work, right?
Yeah.
And so it's in this gap that I think that the crypto comes in as a lifeline, because it allows many people to make a living outside of the state-based rules. I'm not necessarily saying that's a good thing, but it's just a reality that a lot of people are facing. So I think this is important. So when Bitcoin was invented or engineered, whatever you want to call it,
and published in P2P Foundation.
It was the first, it was on my site where it was mentioned first. So it was the first socially sovereign currency that scaled globally, right? We have thousands of complementary currencies which work locally, and they are never really successful. They usually have a few hundred members, but the first currency that was recognized by a global community that was outside the state was actually Bitcoin. So I think in that sense, it's kind of a harbinger of a new way of organizing ourselves. And I think digital nomads should seriously think about the concept of guilds, and I know it's already happening, but that was like in the Middle Ages when you lived in Europe or maybe in the Islamic world. That's how people organized themselves. Locally they had guilds, and if you were a guild member, you could actually travel around Europe or travel around the Islamic world, and you had halfway houses that accepted you. And I think in many ways, what you're doing here is a bit similar. Maybe you don't use the same language, but you're creating infrastructures that allow people to move around and to have a place and an identity, even if they're not in their locality.
Yeah, it sounds like a DAO member in a DAO, like a guild member in a guild. That's exactly I think what the force you're doing to building the nomad base over the world. Okay, so next interesting question is, how can digital nomads maintain a sense of community and connection with other crypto nomads despite their physical distance? Like, I think it's kind of a general question for the digital nomads. But compared with remote working at company, remotely worked DAO members, because they are kind of yeah. I should not say they are totally decentralized, because I think part of jobs still were centralized, but still it's very different from traditional company. So how do they maintain the connection, the sense of community?
I'll
Sure, you want
start.
to go for it? Yeah.
So, um, this is a bit of a social theory, but it's called object-oriented sociality. And so basically the idea is that, what binds you together, right? Like if you live in a tribe, it was your family, it was kinship, it was blood, clan. So you had like a unity around your family. And then we invented empire, and it became these religions. It's because you all believe in the same God that you can trust each other. Then we had a nation state. You're all citizens of the same country. But I think with digital nomads it's really, what are you making together? Like, so there is this kind of social thing that you're building, constructing together, and that gives you a partial identity. Like, we are doing Linux together, we are doing Ethereum together, and so it's you create another layer of identity based on your contributions. I am what I am because I contribute to this community, in addition to having other identity markers. And so I think it's creating. We need human beings need something outside of themselves. We can't just be happy on our own. We need something collective, and I think in the digital nomad world, it's your common projects that create that.
Yeah, so I agree with him, absolutely. It works that everyone has a common goal, which is to develop the blockchain technology. Telegram, I guess, is one of the best friends of crypto users simply because of the encryption of the messaging app. But I think there's just a lot of countries right now that are growing in terms of the people who are involved in developing, blockchain. So it's not easy to find a community wherever you travel. There are a lot of events and conferences that you can attend to, and just find more connections, get to learn more about what other projects are doing and what's new, and just growing your network.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem is probably identity, because if we evolved into network state, we probably lose our old identity as a nation state. In a nation state, at least I recognize myself almost like 100% Chinese, and someone like Ika is half Japanese, but I think she recognized herself more like a Thai people. But you won't change that after you are born. But like a network state, you can easily like transist to change your identity in different network state, and I think you will kind of lose your maybe sense of identity. Yeah, it could be a problem in the future. Okay. Yeah, this question I think is my personal interest in which is dear to me, because I'm new to Thailand and I probably live here. I will travel to here frequently. So this is about what are the key considerations for the nomad when it comes to tax regulation and the financing? But actually, my personal interest in how the tax here regarding the crypto in Thailand, maybe.
I actually don't know a lot about the tax regulations here as well.
Okay, so that's the answer, because you I think that's kind of answer. It's not important, right, people?
But for me, I think the important thing for me was to take care of visa. When I decided that I wanted to stay here. I'm also Chinese, by the way. I've been living in Thailand for close to 5 years. But once you get the visa thing figured out, it's quite easy to just stay here and work.
And Michelle, I know you are running our professional foundation, so part of donation should be cryptos, right?
Yes.
Like how you process that, or it's totally OTC.
No, unfortunately, our money was stolen in the Mt. Gox affair, and so basically we didn't reorganize ourselves after that. So um, yeah, I'm also not very aware of Thai tax law. I've been living here for 20 years and I never had a permanent visa. So it's a very pragmatic country. They just find ways. And I don't want to explain in detail, but it's yeah,
Yeah,
it's not a country. I mean, as a European, we have trouble with this because we come from a very highly organized societies with lots of regulations, and of course here it's a bit different. And for us, it gives us a sense of freedom that we don't have in our own country. Um, but it also has drawbacks, which is like not necessarily know what the rule is in a particular context. So I think one of the recommendation is you really need to know Thai people if you live here to help you when you have any issues. And most of the issues you can through friendliness and connections with going to the right places, they usually solve it in some pragmatic way. But it's yeah, I think it's a good recommendation. I'm married, so I don't have the problem. But get to know Thai people and which is not so easy. Yeah, so Thai people are very very friendly, but they also put you in a box, right? You're a Farang. So I don't know exactly how they do with Chinese people, but certainly if you're
Same.
Westerners, they're very friendly, very hospitable, but at the same time, it's very clear you're not one of them. And I made peace with that, and I'm married, so I'm integrated in Thai society through my family. But I still, after 20 years, I don't have many Thai friends. It's very difficult to do that.
Okay, I think it's actually give the answer as crypto man, like most of us don't give a shit to the tax regulation, at least so far, before they regulate us. Okay, yeah, let's choose the last question. Yes, yeah, maybe can share any interesting or like success story of digital nomad or crypto nomads who like leverage the crypto technology to build something, to build their successful careers or project, anything interesting, you can come up.
I can talk about Yellow, more
Oh,
about
yeah.
Yellow. So Alexis, our founder, was very successful in terms of co-founding GSR. This was back in 2013. But Alexis soon founded Yellow. I think it was around 2017, 2018. And he came to Chiang Mai. He envisioned Chiang Mai as a very digital nomad friendly space. And he wanted to build a community there with blockchain technology. So he created Yellow, opened the co-working space. We incubated a bunch of projects who worked in the office. And just after 5 years, I can say that we've managed to establish a good footprint here in Chiang Mai as a community for Web3 projects. So just to see the growth of Yellow within the 5 years has been tremendous. It's opened up a lot of opportunities and yeah, expanded our network, met a lot of people, good and bad.
Cool, but by the way, sure.
From my experience in Yellow, it's crypto secondary markets. It's all about crypto cycles. I'm pretty much learning about this myself. Alexis is, I would say, a veteran in this area. So there's always going to be a bull market, a bear market. But for us, we focus on developing our technology, especially during the bear market. And right now, we're more focused in investing and preparing for the next bull run. COVID was a difficult time. If there was any struggle in building a community here, it was definitely the COVID season. Um, Yeah, I mean, Yellow co-working space, I think, opened right before COVID hit Chiang Mai. So you can imagine the first year being very slow. There was not a lot of people. Of course, everyone is avoiding co-working spaces. A lot of farangs, a lot of like people from other countries. There was a lot of paranoia as well as for health reasons as well. But yeah, I think over time, the community just grew organically. We're getting a lot of projects coming into Yellow, a lot of digital nomads coming into Yellow every day. So I think the community is still growing. Yeah.
By the way, I was a customer of GSR in bull market. Yeah, maybe the saves Yellow during COVID. Just kidding. Like, Michelle, you have this.
I just want to tell you an anecdote that maybe some of you don't know. But if you draw a circle around Chiang Mai, and I forget if it's 1,000 kilometers or 1,000 miles, you have 1 billion people. We're right in the middle of 1 billion people. I think that's something good to know, because China, India, Philippines, Indonesia, Korea, Japan, Southeast Asia, Bangladesh, Pakistan, it's all within 1,000 miles, I think, around Chiang Mai. So this is a very dynamic place. It's, and its capacity to absorb people and ideas, it's remarkable, actually. I don't think there are many places in the world like this.
Yeah, well, I'm from Shanghai. Actually, yeah, I have 1 million people in my neighborhood. Yeah, but it's in Asia. It's very different. Yeah, from Europe. Okay, thanks for our guests for coming join our panel.
Okay, thank you all. Now it's her. It's his turn to speak. OK。哦，对，下一个就是您了。对，下一个，就现在 right now。OK。OK。Okay, thanks. I think it's very good, but I can't use English to. Okay, so let's welcome our next speaker is Dr. Natapon. Yeah, an expert in different domains.
Thank you so much for inviting me to come and speak here. Yeah, I just arrived here and walk, and then they told me to just speak. I don't even know what's going on right now. Okay. Okay, so today I'm gonna talk about the AMM. what, what happened? What happened? I don't even start yet. Okay, so today I come as mathematician. Like how mathematicians are working right now about the AMM. So first let's just take a look at the definition from each protocol. In Uniswap, they apply the automate market maker with the invariant function, like just constant product function. For example, if you have a token A, right, and you want to buy the token B, but you don't want to somehow use the centralized exchange, you can use Uniswap, but Uniswap is not like book order book. So it's more like they have the liquidity pool of each token. So if you have token A, right, you can throw the token A in the pool and then pick the token B out of the pool. Yeah. So it's more like it allows user to deposit the money. It's not like we rely on bank. We can take the transaction fee out from the bank. Yeah. Okay. So basically, again, if I have, let's say, 1 Ethereum, I want to get the USDT. I just put it to this equation to be like, for example, if I say XD is the amount of the Ethereum in the liquidity pool and Y is the amount of the USDT in the liquidity pool. So basically, before and after swapping, K must be constant. And also, next, we talk about the curve file, the curve finance. They do something more like multi-asset, and they focus on, I mean, the first paper, the first white paper, they focus on the multi-stable coin pool, and they use the linear summation instead of just product. And then he applied again on the case of the non-stable coin, but has like multi-asset in the same pools. So this case it's a little bit tricky. So you can see on the left-hand side here. So this behaves like concentrated liquidity. So I mean, like when the liquidity come to be around the equilibrium point, it will trade off in the case of the linear. The linear is like if I have the token Ethereum, one Ethereum with the value X, I can always swap for another token with the value X. I mean, if I didn't count the fee. Okay. And then they have the balancer, which is act like index funding. So when people want to, let's say, I want to save the money, but I don't want to put in the bank. And also I want to distribute the risk, not just only Ethereum and USDT. They can just use the balancer to spread the variety of the assets. Like when they have the USDT and they want to buy the funding, which consisting of the Ethereum and wrap Bitcoin and USDC, something like that. They can decide to use balancer. And this thing is quite interesting for me. It Torchain. Torchain is very different from what we have focused on, because what we have focused on is based on like ERC20 on the Ethereum blockchain. But in Torchain, they use the technology called Bifrost to be the new blockchain that connect to another blockchain via the observation of the Torchain node. So it's like you can swap the Bitcoin from your Bitcoin address from the UTXO to the Ethereum. I mean the actual Ethereum. And then doing something like that. And actually Torchain solves some of the big problems. Like when we talk about the MEV, when you want to buy something in a Uniswap, right? And then somehow the arbitrary bot can see and jump and trying to cash the coin before you get it by putting the fee higher than us to make the order of the transaction go like before. Okay, and Torchain solve it by, let's say, hey, we will ranking the transaction by not the transaction fee, but the slip. The slip can be calculated directly from the equation. If you swap it a lot, the slip fee gonna be a lot, something like that. But recently, I saw in the Uniswap version 4, they're trying to reduce this risk by so-called time-based AMM. Like they're trying to not like make the swapping one time. They just distribute to small part of it, small partition, and then buy. So that will be not so much of large fee. Okay, let's come to the mathematics point of view. And in math, like people who work on the research, they will focus on like, they want to have the general form. They don't want to have like, you see, so many kind of equation. So they want to say, hey, let us make the general form of it. And then they can use some tools on this. Oh, I'm trying to be familiar with it. Okay, and actually last year, there was a group in the Stanford. I'm not sure about how to pronounce the name. Guillermo and Archie, Alex, Tarun, and Stephen. They published the paper called the Constant Function Market Maker. So now you see this one. So it's not like constant product or constant summation at all. They make constant function. And then they set up what's so-called trading function. And the trading function is for the N assets, the multi-asset in liquidity pools. And we say the function phi here is a trading function if it satisfies this condition, where the gamma behave like the phi ratio. And the R here is the reserve in the liquidity pool. And the lambda is the receive basket. I mean, the lambda is the one who the trader taking it out from the liquidity pool, and the tender basket is the one trader put in the liquidity pool. And now they have some kind of more general, right? So we don't have to say multiply equal to constant, interpolation of multiplication and summation equal to constant. We just say, hey, we use just only this function phi, and then when it comes to the theory of mathematics, they can just play around with phi here. And then, okay, so this is the example how they try to catch up what in the Uniswap and Curve Finance and Thorchain. So in the case of the trading function of the linear sum, the example is in the curve stable, okay? So the function phi here is equal to the price. And actually, this type of trading function, it relies on the oracle price. I mean the price from the outside of the liquidity pool. Like maybe on central exchange. If you remember the Terra chain, like we have the mirror finance, and people trade the fake stock and fake oil. I remember that it's crazy, and that actually depend on the oracle price, and it can be written down in terms of the linear and sum of trading function. And also for the next one, the geometric mean type of the trading function is behave like the this one represent the product, but the product of the reserve powered by the weight of them. For example, the Uniswap, SushiSwap, and Balancer. In Uniswap, all the weight of everything is equal, so there is no problem. Oh, and by the way, for the first one, if we let p equal to 0, it behaves just like normal summation, just like in the curve stablecoin swapping. And also some other type. So I'm sorry for it's like it's not really in the position it should be. Okay, so this type is like the curve finance on the second white paper when they want to like let the user doesn't get hurt too much by the slip-based fee when the liquidity is quite concentrated enough. But when the liquidity is out of control, the user come back to pay fee higher, like in the constant product. And if we have the trading function, so how can we define the price? And you know, when we talk about the liquidity pool, we talk about the AMM, we always refer the price of the asset to another asset, right? We not really say like, we can calculate for MM with the price of US dollar, something like that. We always say to the price of another asset that is matched in the liquidity pool. And for the multi-asset here, we can use the partial derivative on the trading function to get some kind of unscaling price, and then come to the actual price with we call the price of asset I based on the asset J is equal to capital PI over capital PJ. So this is kind of setting up for a good notation for mathematician to work on and develop the more suitable equation. And when the liquidity change, it can be written. The liquidity change here is just mean like you adding the asset or withdraw the asset. So this part is from the liquidity provider to be concerned. Okay, so so the R plus here is a new reserve. So it's like you can put the asset as long as this equation hold. Okay, so what happened after mathematician had the general form of the AMM? So this is what they get. For example, they can change the, not they can change, they can focus on like the many of the case of the AMM at the same time by just say, hey, it's just subject to the function phi here. And then it's allowed them to somehow work on to maximize or minimize this utility function. It can be any, like they can be maximize the profit from for the arbitrary board, arbitrage board, and also the routing optimization. Because in reality, we don't have just only one liquidity pool, right? We have so many. From the sushi swap liquidity pool, Uniswap liquidity pool, and maybe on the like pancake, that kind of thing. And we can also maximize the or minimize the fee that the money flowing, like flowing from Uniswap and then go to Torchain is better, or from the Torchain to Sushi Swap is better, something like that. So, and I here represent all of the liquidity pool. And also the last one, this is very, very interesting because when we talk about the stock market, we focus on the order book, right? And when people focus on order book, they can somehow see the liquidity. They can measure which stock has high liquidity, which stock has a very, very low liquidity. But it comes to it's just new, it's very new. So we don't exactly have the tool to measure this liquidity pool is dense or not. And somehow this paper published not 2012, it's like last year or 2 years. They're trying to introduce the stability, the price stability, and the liquidity bound from the traditional trading into the by using the general form, which is the trading function. And that I think that will be like very interesting and can be like developed into something huge. Okay, and this is my opinion. So what's gonna happen with the mathematician with the AMM? The first one, I think they're gonna modify such a constant phi gamma to be function. I mean, like right now when we pay the fee to the liquidity provider, it's say 0.3%, 1%, 0.5%, and it's fixed based on the pool. But maybe somehow it will be like more constantly, more continuously, not just like fix it. So like if you want to trade for this token, which is very like early stage, you might have to pay much more fee than the token which is like already stay for a long time, something like that. And also, I think maybe they will actually I'm trying to do the research on this too. So maybe people trying to link the concept of the constant function, market maker, and traditional trading together. So as you can see right now, the Uniswap, they're trying to put the new option every time they publish the new paper, such as the concentrated liquidity, and the new one is like you can change the fee, and you can even let your liquidity to be traded in each period of the price. So this kind of similar to the traditional trading. So I think maybe in the future we will have both of them mixed to each other. Like so for Binance, suppose that Binance is trading on the order book, right? Bid and offer, and then there might be some gap, the big gap on the buy offering, and then maybe they will use the MM to fix that gap. So it's like, so if you see the liquidity to this price, and then for this price there is no liquidity, it just jump to this. So this can be manipulated by the whale. So we might have the MM to fix that problem to reduce the risk of manipulating. And also, oh yeah, this what I said, the automate market maker order book, symmetry fill the gap of order book system. So that what I just said. And also, future work of mathematician gonna be maximize the utility function. But the thing is, what is the utility function? We don't know yet because we still need more problem. I mean, in a good way, and to see if what kind of function is gonna be the most concerned function in the MM, and then somehow the mathematician or researcher can work on that. Okay, I think that's all for my case as academic research. Thank you, Kap. And anyone has a question on maybe? Okay, okay, I let someone who work.
再打开一下那个老师的 PPT。
Yeah. Or you want me to explain more on some equation? You mean like that is also the point where I think in the future work they will focus on. Maybe they will have some variable that can be effect on the fee. So that's why when I said to the first one, modify such a constant fee gamma to be function. This function must have the domain, right? And domain can be any variable. And somehow people can put, for example, like I said, the new token, if you want to have that risk, you have to pay more fee. Or even like, let's say, like what they are doing in Uniswap right now, which is calling time wage AMM, like to partition the assets into many and then trading one by one. That is also some kind of changing the gamma here. What? Oh, CFMM. Yeah. The CFMM is from the constant function. Yeah, constant function. Yeah, because we have the constant product, we have the constant summation, we have the constant interpolation, and we have the constant product of the wage. So people in math say, hey, let's just make it just constant function. Make it easy. We don't focus on the right hand side anymore. Yeah, we don't focus on k anymore. We just cut it off, and then let's just put the before the swapping and after swapping to be equal by the trading function. Mhm. Uh-huh. Uh, you mean C here? Uh, so sorry, I'm not sure what your question. Uh-huh. This one? Sigma. Which one? Huh? Or the function phi here, or function phi. Uh-huh. Or like how we have this one, something like that. Well, this so if we go back to this normal one, right? You see the constant here, the constant value k or even k d power n. This thing, this is actually the function fee, the output of the function fee. Yeah, and then they say we don't have to focus on k and make it two equation. We just have one equation, and then we can use math on one equation. That's it. We don't need a system. We need just equation. Yeah. Yep. You're welcome. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. ขอบคุณครับ ขอบคุณครับ
Okay, thank you, Dr. Nantapun. Thank you. Okay, so our last speaker is Pablo from Prankerdao. His speaker topic is onboarding the next billion Web3 user. So welcome, Pablo.
Okay, so it's the last talk. I'm trying to do it as fast as I can. Thank you. Okay, so it's another of my backup session. Sorry, no speaker just left for some personal reason. Yeah, so I think there are several main topics in Ethereum, and this one is probably the most friendly to end users and friendly to newbies in blockchain or Ethereum. So it's called account abstraction. So those two words were simple. I think most of us can understand the meaning of account in blockchain or Ethereum. So it's just like your wallet, your bank account. So, well, accounts in blockchain, I will give a quicker introduction, but some of them is still with very complicated technical definition, like the Bitcoin account is unspent transaction output. Well, I will just put it here to differentiate from the Ethereum account, but the technical meaning is too complicated for Bitcoin. The second one is Ethereum account. So Ethereum account, the mostly used method of Ethereum account nowadays is called EOA, externally owned account, which is made up by a private key and a public key. So the address you give others to receive money is kind of is what we call public key, and the private key is a key you use to generate the public key, and you should never leash that to any people. So once you lost that or you leak that, it means your account is compromised and you should never use that account anymore. So yeah, as you can recognize from my explanation for EOA, it do has a big flaw, can never be resolved by its original tech stack. So the Ethereum community is trying to make a new kind of account, which we call, it's not new kind of, it's another kind of account, it's called contract account. And this one not so popular with lots of problems. So the Ethereum community is trying to boost the contract account, which could be easily used to onboarding new Web3 users. And the way they boost the contract account is called kind of account abstraction. Yeah, so last one just put here for differentiation is a bank account. It's totally a centralized account you have in banks. They can change the number per your demand or not per your demand, per their request. Yeah, A is abbreviation for account abstraction. So it's kind of multi-layer conception on engineering and the application, not a simple concept. So okay, let's say the limitation of EOS. I have already explained before. Like the key management is hard because you need to write down. Mostly suggested to write down by pen or by pens, not by pencil. You can read by pen. Okay, by pen, without any digital records. So it won't be hacked by any digital ways. You just write down on the paper and keep it yourself. So which means it will be hard to manage it. And access control in the EOA account, like maybe we want to set a organization account, corporate account, or like a foundation. You need a foundation account which should have access by several people. But with current EOA design, you can actually only have access to one people. With of course, you can give the private key to several people, but all of them will have the equal security level for the access control to this account, and you won't know who is doing any kind of transaction. Yeah, it's not efficient, and the usability will be highly reduced by this way. It cannot be compete with the traditional centralized account like bank account. And the gas payment is like, you have to have the Ethereum to pay any of the transaction, which will be headache for, let's say you have foundation and you have company, your customer want to pay your crypto and you are newbie to crypto. Just set up a contract and then he send you like, let's say 2,000 USD for the payment. But to exchange the payment or to deposit the payment into the exchange and to exchange the fiat out, you have to buy some Ethereum as the gas payment. It's kind of license fee you pay for using Ethereum, the blockchain, the public blockchain. So it will be headache because you only want to receive the USDT, but you have to buy another coin, which called ETH to pay the gas fee. So I think the natural way for the normal user is like, I receive 2,000 USD and I want to pay the gas fee in USD as well, like pay 20 USD gas fee, and the rest of them will go to the fiat exchange. So yeah, let's go to the some of use case of AA. It sounds new to the Ethereum user, but it's actually just a normal feature for a bank account. All the bank accounts will have this kind of feature. AA just trying to make the Ethereum make the blockchain account have the almost equal usability with traditional bank account. So like the social recovery, let's say you nominate some of your family as your social recovery of your bank account, like a dead man can, the bank can do the KYC and they can do the social recovery for the dead man. And the signature abstraction, like several people can do the signatures together, like the multi-signature. And the multi-role with multi-policies. Like a foundation, you can have the director with the highest security level to manage the whole access control system, like every bank will give you the function. The gas abstraction exactly means if you receive the USD and you can pay the gas in USD. Yeah, more scenario can be adapted. I think I missed one of them. Okay, no worry. And yes, to support the to support the Ethereum community by for co-building the account abstraction together. We are organizing what we call is a community. So account abstraction is more like an ecosystem than single project. Being an ecosystem, it needs far more things like a single private company. Like it needs the active coordination, like for the code reusability, module reusability. Some of people here, guests here, may already know. Coding in Solidity, coding in blockchain is very tricky because it's all open source. So any flaw can cause you like catastrophe loss of your treasure. So by reusing some very stable code, highly reduce the overall cost of the industry. So the code reusability and the module reusability and the shared mempool, etc., will be very important for growing of for growth of the account abstraction ecosystem. But it do need active coordination and onboarding more builders, of course, because it's an ecosystem. And as an ecosystem, it requires many public goods infrastructures, which cannot be done in a traditional private market way. You can hardly raise money for supporting public goods from traditional ventures because you can barely foresee future profit from those public goods. But without the public goods infrastructure, you cannot grow the ecosystem as you want. So we also, it need many public goods infrastructure, and we need to make the contract wallet to be the first class citizen. Make the broader Ethereum ecosystem accept contract wallet as the first class citizen. So they need to support it, so the contract wallet users can use their contract wallet smoothly. Okay. Let's initialize the AA into protocol without initiate as a particular wallet. So what's next? By showing those objects, what we are doing here and what we are going to do here is we are designing a public guardian, which makes social recovery also possible for contract wallets. And we are doing some decentralized attestation, also for social recovery to prove your mother is your mother, something like that. Prove someone is your truly friend and trustable friend by decentralized attestation. Like today, we have the event here, and we can attest that you attend the event, and it will increase like your social credit, or you can trust credits. And the wallet whitelist, because Web3 is very close to the financial industry, or some people just recognize it's totally a financial industry. So a lot of hackers, lot of hacks eyes is on those wallets, especially from those big whales. So we want to make it as public goods for share the whitelist of those Web3 websites, so it can increase the wallet security overall. And more to build with people participation. So apart from those projects we are building, we are trying to build. We are also doing something like research and education, organizing workshop, do team up for hackathon to build more projects for account abstraction, and we also provide some grants and trying to build or coordinate some standardization for the account abstraction. Okay, thank you. And I won't leave because the next session is also mine. It's not a talk, so be easy. We are just doing a quick raffle. As you see, we have a resort in Hangdong, right? I don't know my pronunciation correct or not. It's in Hangdong. It's a well-built resort. We have like 18 rooms. As I remember. We want to give away. Oh, not give away. We want to give a raffle for the stay for the free stay in the Four Seas resort. So I think we'll give a raffle for 3 people. For each one, will have a one free stay in our Four Seas resort to experience yourself and to participate in our community discussion. It's totally open in the lobby. So the way of raffle is simple. I will ask a question. The answer was in the previous presentation. I don't know if everyone have already joined our Telegram group. The raffle will happen in the Telegram group under the topic called the raffle. If you haven't joined, maybe you can scan here. I don't know if it's large enough. It's a Meetup Telegram. So yeah, I will give the question, and the first 3 people who give the correct answer in that channel will be awarded with the 3 free stay. I will send a test message in that channel. Let me send a test message in the channel. Yeah, here you are. I have sent a test. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, I will give like 2 minutes. People can take it easy to scan the Telegram code. I think I can give the bit during you join the Telegram channel. I can give an introduction of our after party. So maybe Zik, do you want to introduce the after party? Okay. Okay. So so basically it will happen immediately after this event, but it's a little bit far away from here. It's like half an hour from 20 minutes to 30 minutes driving by driving from here to Hangdong Resort. I think my colleagues can send we'll send the location in our Telegram group as well. Okay, I saw Annie already sent the address of after party. 1269 Banbong, Hangdong District. Yeah, and there it follows with a Google Map address. Yeah, so it's 5 o'clock. So you can take your time. We have some free barbecue and anything else, Zik? What do we provide apart from the barbecue buffet?
We prepared some nice food and drinks for sea in the mountain view. So, but we have to a little bit far away from here, 20 minutes. Maybe.
Just a quick question: Do we have alcohol there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. Okay. Yeah. And apart from the raffle, if anyone didn't win the raffle, you can choose to get drunk tonight, and we will give you a free stay as well tonight. After party, yeah, this is after party. 没有啊，还没有。Okay, I think everyone should be ready for the raffle. So make it more specific. You can also give the free stay to your friend. So it will. Gavi told me it will expire in this month. I mean, you can use it until the end of this month, and you can give it to your friend. Maybe you can negotiate with him if you want to extend it longer. Yeah, okay. So, attention, please. So the question is, we mentioned a account abstraction project we co-built in Plan Community, and so my question is the name of the account abstraction product we co-built in the Plan Community. So the answer is actually from the Jason and Jaden's presentation. I can give you some hints. So the product is end with wallet and start with S. Okay, I think we already have enough answer. Okay, should we? Yeah, we have ended raffle, and congratulations to our winners.
Thank you, Pablo. Okay. Okay, so. Okay, it's very. So, dear friends, thank you for attending today's event. We would like to express our gratitude to speakers for their presentations. Your light and expertise have been truly insight. Special thanks go to Planker Dao and Forces. Your generous bond has made this event possible. Okay, thank you all. Thank you for coming.